occasionally. I just really love the character, and I love what each actor was able to bring to it. The Heath Ledger Joker interpretation and Joaquin Phoenix's are two very different characters. So,
Gentleman, what was his name?
Larry.
Larry. Yeah, Larry with the gas station shades. I'm not mean that defensively. If Larry's watching, they're cool.
And a weed wife beater T-shirt on.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
let's
You know, like
Yeah.
sleeveless white singlet with
And
like
a flag.
with a big
Let's cue
weed
this.
flag. A weed leaf.
Mm-hmm.
So what a character.
let's see this. This is something really interesting that you guys are gonna like here. Todd, do you have that clip?
Do you think that by watching porn it makes you view women more as sex objects, or do you think that it makes you go, wow, like I really value and respect women?
Well, it's like a sexual release for me because,
Right.
I masturbate and then jack or whatever, and then I shoot my and I'm relieved. I can sleep. See, sometimes when you go to sleep as a man, and if you don't do that, then you have trouble sleeping because you get an erection during the night.
Right.
So it's a way to relieve the tension and relieve myself.
Can you explain that?
Well, I just felt really grateful that he was able to give me a full science lesson on male anatomy.
Of touching himself.
Yeah, and
like
I
he
just
explained it too. It was like it wasn't even
Wow.
he didn't even like. It's like he didn't even go like, oh yeah, I like to do this because something I like. It's like he spoke to her like you're speaking to a kid and go, and sometimes adults have to
No,
do
you
that.
should not speak to children.
No, I'm saying like, but he was talking like that. But you would think like it was like something like when they go, oh, like like mom and dad, like why were you guys locking your door to the bedroom? And you have to give your kid the talk and be like, oh yeah, like sometimes mom and dad love to do that, but like he went into the weird direction of like sometimes you just have to off your entire load because as an adult sometimes like what if that's how you describe it to your kid? Sometimes daddy has to get off his load because sometimes mom and dad have to do that. It'd be like that's not how you say it to a stranger. So it made me uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. I was my viewers are probably uncomfortable.
I'm still uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I don't appreciate you teeing it up and throwing it to me. I don't want to. Larry, that's not what the Women's March had in mind. I
Yeah.
don't think when they were talking to how to talk to young ladies, especially on camera, Larry. But the plot does thicken a little bit.
Oh yeah, I spoke to Larry for like 20 minutes. I have like 20 minutes of like absurd
Larry
things that he
clips?
said. Yeah, he told me that in order for him to have sex with me, he would have to marry me first because that's the right thing to do. And I was like,
look,
what?
if we were gonna do a throuple, I don't think he would be our first pick.
no, but and this
The
guy
gas
was just
station
wild.
sunglasses. It's just that's like that. I get turned off at any sunglasses below $6.99. I'm done. You just can't be a part of my throuple. For those who don't know what a throuple is, you probably have a conscience. That's good. That's
I
really
don't
good.
know
Anyway,
what that is.
he's not the only one who talked about sex. We got this sex worker I walked up to who
What the
was
fuck?
walking around in a bra. Had looked.
Just
I'm not going
open.
to get. I don't want to tear apart the appearance, but I'm just going to say that it's really weird to me how like this is a person of size, and they call them sex workers, a prostitute, and she was saying like, oh,
Hooker.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's just like kind of weird. Like, she loves her job and she gets a lot of work, and I realized that the standard for prostitutes must have really gone down over the years, or they were never up, because I was really shocked that people are paying to have sex with this person. I'm not upset that they exist. I'm not making fun of their looks. I'm just like, I understand what attractiveness is, and it blew my mind that people were spending money on this person.
I think just like any career and any job, it is for only certain people. So
be
I wouldn't
worse,
recommend that
honest.
everyone be an accountant in the same way that I wouldn't recommend everyone be a sex worker. If you like it and it empowers you, follow your dream and do what you want to do, whether that's being a rocket scientist, whether that's being a stripper, whether that's being a mother, whether that's being a chef or the president. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Here's the message for women. Be whatever you want, whether you want to be the president or a sex worker or a rocket scientist. Like, there's like some comparison. Like, look,
I mean,
you have a few
like,
options after high school. You go either
What's
go to
interesting
college.
is like, I know feminists, and they will be like, oh my god, stripping is so empowering. And then I know feminists that are like, stripping is terrible. It glorifies objectification of women, etc., etc. I tend to agree more with the latter, and that it does, glorify objectification of women. But I've never once seen a feminist that hates objectification of women ever bitch at a feminist for going, oh, go out, be a stripper, be a hooker, do what you want to do, man, if that empowers you. I've never seen someone do that, but I've seen so many feminists who are like, oh my god, you're objectifying women, give men shit. and not actually give any of the women who objectify themselves shit. It's like they don't take accountability for women, just the accountability for men. But you know what? No dick, no talking about it.
Get into
Alright.
the workforce or you suck dick. I mean, like that's really that's the message.
Oh
They're talking about
my
masturbation,
gosh.
telling young women to become
you know
prostitutes.
What? You know what though? How you were saying like, oh, you're so surprised someone would pay for her. She's not an ugly girl at all. I'm not surprised anyone would pay for
Yeah,
her. If you've
people
got
pay
men
for
like
I didn't say
Larry,
she's ugly.
Larry,
I just saying like that's
No,
a
but
girl that you would hook
imagine
up
Larry,
with because
the guy
you're being
who just
nice.
explained to me
Yeah.
about how he gets off at night. He is.
You
would
think
love
Larry's
her.
paying her?
Potentially.
I think people
Well-
would pay her for whatever.
I just don't. But I don't get. I mean, what happened to just like meeting people the natural way?
No, you can't because it's really really creepy if a guy went up and spoke to a woman and said, "Hey, I think you're pretty. I would love to like get to know you." That's actually really that's why women are afraid to walk home at night. You know what I mean?
Violence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she said, and that's what she told. She
That's
told young
also
girls,
an
she told them,
interesting
like,
thing.
that sex work should be like that's like if that's one of the things
Or
you
women
want
are
to do.
like,
In
oh my
America,
god,
land of
guys,
the
like
free.
catcalling me
So what's
is
the
so
deal?
disgusting.
That's what it is.
But
You can do
women
whatever you
being
want,
hookers is
and
no
we just
problem.
encourage you not to do
Right.
Jezebel things,
Yeah, don't suck dick for money.
right? So it's like, yeah, you can be a stripper, you can be the president, you can be a rocket scientist. That's because of America is the land of the free, and you can do whatever you want. But we highly encourage you to value yourself as a woman and don't have sex.
No, but
for
you don't
money.
say at the end. You don't go like, "Hey, have a good
that
weekend
the
at the
stance?
have a good weekend at the in the mountains. Like go snowboarding. Get the flu or something like that. Like yeah, people get the flu, but you don't like encourage them. Like go try to like go touch hands with a sick person and rub your mouth. Like hey, why don't you go this weekend for a good life? Here's a suggestion. Like be a sex worker. Like that you don't tell it to young
No, but
girls.
this is the thing. The thing about sex work is like, yeah, I get it. Like land of the free. Like I don't want to like stop anyone from doing any as long as it's not hurting other people. But the thing with sex work is it really truly isn't a lot of little girls' dreams to grow up to sleep with 15 men a night or to take their clothes off on a pole while men throw money. It's not really a dream, and because there's not a lot of women who are seeking out this profession, but the demand is so high, you have to have like the demand supply ratio, right? And so there's a lot of trafficking and grooming and things that go on within the sex work industry just because the demand is so high. There's so many people who want it, who want to pay for sex or all this sort of stuff, but there's just not enough women who want to do it. And so that's where it gets really dangerous when there's young girls who are groomed and like all sorts of things, or they're trafficked from overseas, or there's just like a lot of horrible things. So it's like on one hand, it's like, yeah, have the freedom to like, if you really did want to be a stripper, but also there are women who are being like groomed and like have like pimps, or, you know, there's really horrible things going on.
It really is true. And you spoke to a woman who seemed to be kind of confused. I was really surprised that you interviewed like a Graper you found somebody a part of the Graper movement here?
Potentially. There was a young Asian girl, and her sign said, "Stop fetishizing Asian women." And I asked what she means, and she said that, white guys like to like Asian women because they think it's like cool and exotic. And so I was like, so like white state whites, black state blacks, Asian state Asians, and she was like, well, yeah, kind of.
Wow.
So I think she might be a Graper. I don't know.
I don't know. Me neither.
It's a bit racist.
She's obviously probably in here, but this is a pretty good clip here.
Women with penises.
Correct.
That makes sense. What's the goal with the sign? What do you want to tell people to do?
To stop fetishizing. Where'd she go? Fetishizing Asians, because like people just like have yellow fever, and that's not a thing.
So
and
you're
it's just like
calling for kind of like
just, like stop.
Asian
we're
state
not-
Asians,
She is
white
such
state
a
whites,
basic
black state
bitch.
black.
or just like kind of, but more like just like stop looking at us, stop looking at like Asian women as like objects, and like stop fetishizing us, because we're not like.
What if like a guy likes an Asian person and wants to date them? Rip.
Why did that
Those
happen?
women will
Her friend pulled her
never
away, and
be
also
married.
she had dyed blonde hair.
fucking
So
alone.
it's like, don't try to like just barge into our culture and
Yeah.
take what you want.
Wow,
from it.
wait a minute.
But
That
also,
Asian woman dyed
blonde hair
her
is
hair
pretty cool,
blonde.
white
Can you
people,
stop
and I'm gonna try
culturally
that out.
appropriating?
Yeah, that's true.
Typical rat shit from the
Please don't
Women's March.
culturally
Yeah, but yellow. That's what my point.
Sorry,
Stop.
sure.
my guy.
Stop fetishizing.
Stop fetishizing. Fuck, that's not even a word. Stop fetishizing fucking blonde hair, alright? That's not your thing. There's a reason why. No, I'm kidding. I'm not about to go into the whole there's a reason why you look a certain way. That's fucking terrible. That's disgusting. What was I gonna do? God, I'm slow in the head.